We don't get blocked.
Yeah, right. Hey, everybody. How's it going? J-Mac here with Sarge, covering the first round of the NFL draft. It looks like the Jaguars are on the clock right now. 7.5 minutes approximately left in their pick. Yeah. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, J-Mac, who do you think is going to go? Who do you think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to go with?
Oh, man, everything tells me they're going to go with Hutchinson, but, I've seen some other stuff as well. Other people saying they could go with Travon Walker. I think they need to bolster their offensive line, though, so I would say that they need to go with Hutchinson, but I guess it all just depends on how you feel.
Okay.
All right.
It could be like the next, whatchamacallit, the two brothers. I can't think of their names right now. The Bosas. Like, he reminds me of one like the Bosas. Hutchinson does.
Yeah. I get that. I could see him being that. Looks like someone else is going to hop on for a minute.
Alrighty.
Welcome John Alcorn to the show.
Let's see. What do you got going number one overall?
We were just talking about that. I'm saying Hutchinson, I think, is going first overall.
It has to be Hutchinson because, number one, Jim Bolk is a GM, and he's a complete idiot. Two, they're not going to do what's best for Trevor Lawrence and protecting him because he's like, hey, Deshaun Khan, hey, our defense was 20th in the league last year. Partly because you couldn't protect your quarterback. He had tied most almost interceptions for a rookie, 12 touchdowns, 17 picks. So, unfortunately, they're going to pick what's not best for the team. That's why they've had 10+ losses in their last 11 seasons. So outside of Fournette and ATN of last year, both their high picks have been defense. And he just traded one of them, I believe, charged to Carolina, that corner. I can't remember his name. Henderson something, whatever, to Carolina. So, unfortunately, it's going to be defense, even though they need offense.
All right. I think J-Mac's dog kind of disagree with you for a moment there.
That's okay. We can have Saver. Dang it, I thought I had something to say. Never mind.
Yeah, we got Tim Hendricks. He's saying Travon Walker could be the first round pick. So who knows? I think got about 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left.
The pick is in, actually, it says. So we're going to see who they pick.
I heard a rumor that they might trade it. They could trade for 2 first round picks to Kansas City.
Oh boy.
I think that was Tim Hendricks that was kind of saying something like that. So.
I wonder who the Jaguars are going to draft. But again, like I said, I guarantee it's going to be the guy out of Michigan, just because Jaguars defense is literally that's their sexy pick versus what's best for the team.
All right, they took Trevon Walker as a first round pick.
Wow.
So Tim Hendrick, you are correct. Good thing we were. Good thing I wasn't a betting man.
I'm glad they did. I'm glad that, hey, this is honestly what's best for the team. But, though, why are we surprised? The Jaguars select what type of position again? A freaking defensive line. And this is why I hope they lose every single game for the next 50 years because who do you think is really going to be solid for the Jaguars? You pay Christian Kirk 70 plus. ETN hopefully goes to is healthy next year with Robinson. Yeah, I feel bad for Trevor. I heard a rumor. Again, I don't know if this is really true or not because it's just a rumor. It could be false. There's a rumor, which I do not believe, saying that Trevor Lawrence was ignoring some of the Jaguars' calls, hoping that he wouldn't be drafted. I don't believe that, but that would be hilarious if it was. If I was hoping it would be true, but I kind of doubt it a little bit.
All right, now we got the lowly Detroit Lions who are up for the second round pick. So for me, this is a no-brainer since Hutchinson is already in. Or Hutchinson hasn't been picked, so I think Hutchinson is going to go on this one with the Detroit Lions. And Tim Hendricks, we'll see if he can go for 2 for 2 on that.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, considering didn't they draft Jeff Okudah in 2020, I believe, who has been consistently injured. I know he's not necessarily a corner, but they need some of the interior defensive linemen because, either way, we don't know what their long-term answer is. Who's going to be the quarterback? It's going to be Jared Goff. I doubt it. But at this point, we don't really know what situation they're going to go to offensive-wise because they literally have no weapons.
They haven't had weapons since Calvin Johnson was there. So.
Oh, yeah, and that's for what? He retired after the 2015-2016 season, I think. So, yeah, it's Detroit. I do not feel bad for them because it's the Ford family.
All right, for Detroit, the pick is in already. And John, thank you for joining us. Come back on. We do have a chance. So with that being said, we're just waiting for the Detroit Lions pick. So and we're about to get the pick for the Detroit Lions. So just bear with us. Aiden Hutchinson was picked with the Detroit Lions. It was kind of a no-brainer right there since the Jacksonville went a different way on this one. So Tim Hendricks, I know you're out there watching probably, so you're 2 for 2. Let's see if you can come 3 for 3 on this next pick, which is the Houston Texans. I think Derek Stingley Jr., the cornerback from LSU, could be the next pick for Houston on this one. So we'll see. Well, it's kind of a homecoming for Hutchinson because, played in Michigan. I think he was born in Michigan. So I guess the Lions do get the hometown hero that they wanted. So we'll see how that goes with him on that one. Sauce Gardner Hendricks is picking for the Houston. So we'll see on that one. I do love the name. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Tim Hendricks saying that it's a no-brainer for Detroit to pick him. Let's see. I don't know about the Lions. It's not going to do anything. Maybe stack their defense a little bit, but that's about it. All right, and we got J-Mac back in here. So, J-Mac, welcome back.
Yeah, I saw that the Lions took Hutchinson number 2.
Yeah, and I was kind of saying earlier that he's pretty much the hometown pick right there because he was born in Michigan. He played for Michigan. I mean, he stayed in Michigan.
I agree with Tim Hendricks. It was a no-brainer for Detroit. They have so many holes. This is the first pick to me that's going to be a little intriguing because I could see Sauce Gardner going here, but I could also see them taking Kayvon Thibodeaux because they need help on the defensive line, and you could actually make him a linebacker also. So it will be interesting to see where they go with this pick, and the pick is in right now for the Texans. So. And while we got a break in the action, just want everyone to know if wherever you're watching us from, Coast to Coast is doing live events now that COVID is kind of on the – maybe it's gone, but you're starting to get back together with your families. And don't forget to hit us up if you need any live services. Correct, Sarge?
That is correct.
All right. So right now they're showing it could be Derek Stingley from LSU, Ikem Unukwu from NC State is an offensive tackle, Ahmad Sauce Gardner, who we already talked about, and Kayvon Thibodeaux from Oregon. And any of these picks could go here. The one I think that's the least likely is probably the offensive tackle, but I wouldn't completely rule it out. That would be the least likely one to me, though. I think they're going to get defensive help here because the Houston last year was awful at defensive back. Don't you think, Sarge?
I think so. I think the Mills, like their quarterback, was probably the only bright spot for Houston with everything that was going on down there. So I think Houston needs another bright spot to get that black mark off their chest for what happened down there.
Houston's selection is
all right. It's Stingley Jr.
Yep. So he's a Louisiana guy, so he doesn't have to go too far to play in the NFL. Played at LSU, so he's not going very far. He'll make the drive from Louisiana over to Texas. And Tim Hendricks says, "Welp, I was wrong." We were all wrong. Again, I would have been surprised if they took the offensive lineman, but I really thought that was going to be Sauce Gardner there. Now we got the Jets on the clock. I like this. So tell me, do you like this, Tim? They went to 10 minutes in the first round. I think this makes it so much easier. It's going to go way faster than it normally has before.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. I mean, that's one thing I did not like about the draft is like how long it drags on and on and on and so forth. But this is like, I mean, we're not in what it's yes, it started at 5, but the picks didn't start coming in till like 10 minutes till after 5. So I think we're on a great pace. I like the pace.
And I would say most of these top 10 teams pretty much have a list. They have a list of 1, 2, 3 of who we're going to pick if this person. And I agree with Tim on this one. I think Ikem Ekwonu is going to go here. I think that's who New York, the Jets are going to take. But we've already been wrong once, so there's nothing on saying that. We want to thank John Alcorn for coming on the show. Anyone on the network that's watching, we've put out the link, and so if anyone wants to jump on and say hi, talk about a pick, feel more than welcome. This is a special, so you might see all kinds of people on here.
That is true, and I got to give props to our main man, Crispy Bacon. He was a trooper last year. Actually, he stayed on for over 4 hours or something like that.
He did. I don't think it's going to take 4 hours this year, but I guess you never know when it comes to the first round. There's things that could always take that long.
Yep. So we got Larry Walker. No, it's not the baseball player, but what's up, man? How you doing? And also we got Brandon there saying, "What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're enjoying the draft wherever you are."
Jets taking a little longer here. Now, sometimes when they take a little longer, do you think there's any chance at all that the Jets trade this pick away?
No, I don't think they'll trade it. I don't see that happening. You got a brand new coach or a newer coach, rookie last year. So I think he kind of wants to get his guy on this one.
Yeah, I can certainly agree with you on that. I think that definitely he wants to get his guys. He wants to start getting his guys around and not play with another coach's players. That's got to be really hard walking into a team and here's a list of players that have already been there, have been with another coach, and now you got to decide who you want on your team.
Yeah,
keeping all these guys or who's going to come up. Larry Walker, who do y'all think Washington will pick? Washington's an interesting pick to me. I think that they need help at quarterback. They also need help at receiver. Their defense is set. They don't need any help on the defense. So I think they go the pick is in for the Jets. So in just a minute or so, we will have who the Jets are picking. Apparently the car there with Sarge does not agree with that. So we see a few of you watching. Again, we thank you for watching. You're joining the Four Bros radio show draft special. Anyone that wants to jump on as part of the network, don't be afraid to jump on and say hi and give us your feedback on a pick. And remember, Crispy Bacon's not on here yet. He'll be on in a little bit, but all of us will be on and off, so we won't all be here for the entire thing. But someone will be with you through this whole thing. Last year was Crispy Bacon. But you could see He's taking a little time here. He'll probably be on before the Dallas pick. Sarge is on representing Carolina.
Gotta
And
represent.
then I'll be off and on. I'll definitely be on for the Packers picks, that's for sure. The pick is in. Who do you think the Jets take here, Sarge?
Oh, what's his name? I'm gonna say he's from the Oregon, the edge rusher.
Kayvon Thibodeau?
Thibodeau is gonna go there. I think that's gonna be the pick on that one.
All right. Just awaiting the announcement for the pick being in. But definitely interesting. So the picks that have already been made, let's start with Jacksonville. Do you think they'll be any better this year, having a new coach, a new regime coming in?
I think they're going to have a little bit better year, but they're not going to win the NFC South.
No.
I still don't see that. I don't see them doing. I think they're going to be a little bit better than they were last year. There's going to be growing pains this year, and Lawrence actually has 1 year under his belt, so we'll see what happens with that.
See, Tim Hendricks says Colts isn't till tomorrow. And will there be a baseball player taken? There usually is a baseball player taken at some point. And a basketball players also are taken. Those are sometimes in the later round, not so much in the first round.
Now, the great thing about Murray that was when he was picked number one, he was picked number one by the Cardinals, but also he was picked in the first round, I believe at pick number 13 for the Oakland Athletics.
Right. All right, and here's the commissioner with the selection for the New York Jets.
Gardner.
Yep, and there is Ahmad Gardner gone. So a little bit of a surprise, but I'm not surprised he was taken so high. But I think that they could have used a couple of the guys more than Gardner. But I think sometimes when it comes to the draft, you take the best player on the board. Do you think that happens as well, Sarge?
I think so. I mean, like if you can't fill a hole, like with something that you need, there's not a player there, you're going to have to take the next player that is available to you. And it's kind of funny because I'm kind of like the New York teams, both the Jets and the Giants, they each have 2 picks in the top 10. So that's 4 picks in the top 10 already from the New York teams.
Yeah. Tim Hendricks talking about the Jaguars says they aren't winning the division and missing the playoffs. Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs either. But in the AFC South, I mean, the Titans are probably running away with that division. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, you have the Texans, the Colts, and the Jaguars that are probably going to fight it out for who's in last. But the Colts got way better with Matt Ryan, so I guess that remains to be seen if they can sign a receiver or two. But we shall see what happens.
They don't need a receiver. They have Taylor.
Well, that's true.
You'll be fine. He'll be fine. I think this is going to probably be the best year that we've seen Matt Ryan has in a long time.
Could be. Giants on the clock. They're down under 5 minutes now. Sarge, who do you think they take here?
Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to go out there, and I am going to say Jameson Williams. That's what I'm going to say. I am going to be completely wrong, but that's who I'm going to say.
I think they take Thibodeau. I think this is where Thibodeau goes. Sometimes it's about taking the best player remaining, and I think that that's where we're at with the Giants. I think Kayvon Thibodeau is the best player on the big board right now. But don't forget, they also pick at 7, so they'll get 2 top 10 picks, which should help out their team. But they also need a quarterback because I don't think Daniel Jones is the answer, but I don't think there's any quarterbacks worth taking in the top 10.
Yeah, that is true. but Carolina has been linked to the Liberty quarterback for the sixth
Malik
pick.
Willis.
Yes, Malik Willis, and now he's being targeted or I guess being projected to go to the Steelers later in the first round.
I'm honestly interested next to see what Carolina does. That's the one that's intrigued me the whole time.
I'm going to say offensive line because there's really no offensive line. They gave up almost the most sacks in the NFL, if not they did, and so forth. So I'm going to say offensive line if that is when they're up next.
So the pick is in for the Giants, the other New York team, but they both play in the Meadowlands.
Yep.
I heard the Jets are building a new stadium, but I don't know how long that's going to take. They're supposed to be building one, I believe, in Brooklyn. So we'll see what happens with that.
So are they going to change their name to the Brooklyn Jets and rhyme with the Brooklyn Nets then?
Right. Right. Yeah, I don't know.
So if you were there at the draft, would you honestly, how long would you stay there or stand there?
Oh, I don't know because those guys have been there longer than just when the picks are being done.
Oh,
so they've already been standing there for a while. I don't know. It's kind of tough to say because going to a game, like how long are you willing to stand? I mean, that's 3.5 hours, and a lot of people stand the whole time. So,
see, and that's why I prefer the baseball games because you can just sit the whole time.
Right. Well, you go to a baseball game for the experience in the stadium, in my opinion. Football's better watched on TV. That's just how I feel because you can get the angles that you can't get from the stadium. But baseball is more of it's more of an experience. You got your hot dogs, your pretzels, your beer, all of that stuff. So.
We got Tim Hendricks. He's stated that he would try for the entire time being at the draft. I don't know if I could do that.
Time.
I mean,
That would be tough.
I would have to like skip leg day or something like that.
Okay, so the Giants selection is in. Just waiting a second to see who they're picking here. Make-A-Wish Foundation, Sam Prince, young gentleman, is going to. He's hyping up the crowd here for the pick.
That's awesome that they got Make-A-Wish Foundation involved.
Absolutely. Completely agree.
He makes me want to like stand up and start cheering.
Right.
All right, you were correct.
Yeah. Said you kind of you have to take Kayvon Thibodeau here. I don't think there was another pick that the Giants could have made. They need help everywhere, but defense is definitely a big one.
That is true. So right here, I see the Carolina Panthers going with Eka Wanu from the NC State, the offensive line, or Evan Neal. Ikem? Is it Ikem?
It's Ikem Ekwonu, I believe is how you say his name. But I could be wrong. I could be butchering it as well.
Probably not today, Brendan. Not today.
Evan Neal. Tim Hendricks is saying Evan Neal is going to go
All right.
next.
So since we're in Vegas, Tim Hendricks, are we going to double down or on this bet, or is there a bet that's happening? Since it's in Vegas, I mean,
Yeah, what are we betting?
I'll bet I'll shave my head if you're right.
Oh, I don't know if I can shave my head. Oh, wow. But I got to come up with something because I can't back out of a bet. Boy.
I'll grow a mustache because I think going shaving bald is too easy. I'll grow a mustache.
You'll grow a mustache.
I'll grow a mustache. For the next live show, I will have a mustache if I'm wrong.
Okay. Nope.
Oof.
Nope, Brandon,
Oof.
that's not happening. No, because I'd have to
Oof.
buy it, and I'm not giving them any of my money. So there is no way in hell. Giants are down under 4 minutes. Or I'm sorry, the Panthers are down under 4 minutes. You think they keep this pick, Sarge?
Deep down, I'm going to say I can actually see them trading to the Browns on this one. At least get a decent quarterback. I'm not a big Baker Mayfield fan and so forth, but he will be a better choice what Carolina has right now.
Okay.
But all signs are pointing him going to Seattle. At this point, Brandon, I wouldn't be shocked if that happened. I'll accept it. I would not be shocked. Wow, we got like a little secret handshake going on with the commish there.
Yep.
There's Sam Prince. He's still pumped.
Very pumped. Very pumped. But I mean, make a wish you kind of would be, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. For all of our viewers out there, I want to know who is your biggest draft bust. For all our viewers that are watching right now, Brandon, Tim, and there's 2 other people watching. More people are watching also. What is your biggest or the biggest bust in all of draft? I'm kind of curious about that. Because I would go Ryan Leaf. That's who I would go with.
Marcus Russell for me.
Yeah, I was going to go with that, but Leaf had so many chances and he blew it. And he blew did other things. I should say that, but. And I got Brendan Herrera saying Underwood or Christian Ponder.
That's because he's a Minnesota fan. Like that's what he's gonna
Yeah.
Think.
So J Mac, what are the Packers' worst draft? Do you think the worst pick ever?
Tony Mandarich.
Okay.
The incredible bulk, and it's not even close. So it's really not close.
I would for the Panthers. I was gonna go with Ray Carruth, but I'm gonna go with Chris Winkie for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I could see that. Just waiting. I believe the pick is in at this point, but we're waiting to see if they're picking or trading or what's going on.
Alrighty. Yeah, last I saw it was on commercial, so you gotta get your money somehow.
That's right.
So after the Carolina pick, the New York Giants are back on the clock with that one. Who do you think the Giants should go after, or should they trade?
Ooh, I guess it depends on who you can get in a trade. Picks in for the Panthers.
Alrighty. Guess what? I am not gonna shave my mustache. I'm not gonna have a mustache. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. Looks that way. I think that's a good pick, honestly. Brandon Herrera wants to know would I say Kajana Carter was a bust? Yes, I would.
And Tim Hendricks likes peanut M&Ms. I like the peanut butter ones. So
Peanut butter ones are definitely the best, I think.
I think I just had the coffee ones or like some type of brownie. Like it was like a purple bag almost. It was really good.
Yeah. All right. The Giants are back in the clock. I'm going to step out for just a second. I'll be right back with Sarge.
Already. All right, so with the Giants back on the clock, I don't know who they're going to take this time. I'm actually going to go with Jamison Williams on this one. For some reason, I don't know why I'm choosing this, but I think it is probably the better choice it's probably one of the better choices out there. So, or they can go with Garrett Wilson. And Tim Hendricks agreed, saying that Penn State would have said Carter was a bust on that one. So we're down a little bit past the 5-minute marker for the New York Giants for their picks. That they got about 4 minutes and a half left for that pick. And Tim Hendricks is saying that Kyle Hamilton, the safety from Notre Dame, is going to be picked at this slot. So we'll see. I'd say the Giants have to go offensive because, like, Barkley's really not who he used to be. And remember, this pick is actually a trade from Chicago. So that's why the Giants are in the top 10 twice.
Yes. Down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the pick. Brandon says the Giants take Neal to protect the quarterback. Could be.
Yeah.
Hi.
What are we doing?
NFL draft. There's chicken in the oven.
That smells great.
Yeah, I can smell it right through here.
So what came from the DMV?
It says pick is in, but they have not revealed it yet.
Yep. Willis, Malik Willis, Brendan Herrera is asking first quarterback will be and who and where is going to be Willis. I think he's going to be at that Steelers mark on that one because of the tragic passing of Haskins over there. So I think that is where he is going to end up at.
You don't think Atlanta takes a look at a quarterback, even though they have Marcus Mariota?
I think that Atlanta is going to wait till next draft for that one because we know what Mariota does. He's a run and gun type of quarterback. He's not going to have a good season. He's usually hurt on the bench usually. So
yeah. They are going over the details of the draft right now.
Okay.
Between the Bears and the Giants. So it worked out that the Bears got the 11th overall pick, which they took Justin Fields, and then this is the Giants' pick for that.
And that happened last year, that trade.
Yes.
And do you think the Giants made a mistake with that one?
No, I think they did just fine. We'll see who they take. Evan Neal.
All right, Tim Hendricks. All I'm going to say is don't come to Vegas, man. You're sinking quick. It's the house. The house is winning.
Yep. Brandon Herrera, look at that. He works at a casino, and he called that one correct. So the house is winning right now.
Yeah. Hey, that could be his new nickname, the house.
The house.
I can see that.
For sure. All right, Falcons on the clock. So we'll let them take their 7 minutes. They're at 7 minutes, 6:54 to be exact.
I think I'm going to go with Kyle Hamilton right here for the Atlanta because they really don't have I guess I won't be surprised either way if they go offensive defense for Atlanta because they're like the Jaguars. They like Tim Hendricks said about the Detroit Lions. There's just too many holes.
Right. Huh, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, definitely we'll see.
I didn't make anything with it.
I will. So that just makes it faster. Because it's just Jay and Haley, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just gonna do some pasta. Are you live? Yes, yes.
All right, we got Tim Hendricks is saying Garrett Wilson on this one. Still got a little over 5 minutes left for the Atlantas to pick So I kind of want to be in the war room with the NFL for any NFL team. I don't care which team, because after watching Draft Day with Kevin Costner, I think that would be a blast to do, and I think it would be great.
Be like the draft room with Kevin Costner. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would love to sit in the war room of any team. I don't care what team it is. I think it would be awesome to watch how that process goes.
For sure.
Ooh, he has hops. Evan Neal does.
He sure does.
So right now, ESPN is rating Garrett Wilson the number one player that's available. Do you think the Falcons will go that route?
I think when you have as many holes as they do, sometimes. Oh, sorry. Turn my mic off. Anyway, I think when you have as many holes as they do, sometimes you have to take the best player available.
That is true, and that's one of the things that they're missing is the wide receiver spot. So I think that could be probably the best pick on that one. But the next pick, I'm kind of interested in because it's Seattle. What will they do?
I don't think they'll give up a first for Baker Mayfield. I'll tell you that.
All right, I just have to throw this one up there from Brenda Herrera. So it's great. I love it.
Pick is in for the Falcons, so
Yep.
Let's see where they go. And we're already at pick number 8.
I like the silent. Oh, okay. Wow. I'm kind of shocked on that one.
You know, it's interesting that it's definitely interesting when you get to the first round, even in the later rounds. Sometimes you can have totally know where a team's going, and sometimes you don't know where they're going at all. Drake London, yeah.
And Brenda Herrera wants to give us an update saying that the morning tailgate will be at 11 a.m. Central on Sunday. So make sure you guys check that. Again, that is 11 a.m. Central for the draft recap. And I believe it should be a good show on that one. So this is the most intriguing pick I think is going to be for Seattle. I can see them trading away and getting Baker on this one.
Really, a first round pick? You think?
I think so, because last year the Seahawks only had three picks in the whole entire draft, and you saw what happened to the team last year. And trading Russell Wilson was probably the biggest mistake that they made on that one.
Right. But do you really think that Baker Mayfield is worth the 9th overall pick in the draft?
From what I know, so being in the Pacific Northwest like you, I listen to a lot of that ESPN radio, and I hear John Snyder is a wheeling and dealing man. So I think they will get a lot of. I think it will be a big package deal. And we got Tim Hendricks saying that he's saying Malik Willis is going to come on this one. So who knows?
You're right. Who knows?
because this draft is not a heavy quarterback draft. There is as it
No,
was the year before.
right.
Um, it kind of goes in that type of thing. So next year could be a higher quarterback draft, but this year is definitely not. It's going to be mostly your offensive line and most of defensive of a draft on this one. I wonder how much those suits cost. To be honest,
I mean, they could probably sell for a lot. Michael Bublé was just on it.
I can make that look good.
Brandon's saying that he would trade the 9th overall pick for Mayfield. I just don't think Mayfield's that caliber of a player.
He's talented, but he's not a leader. That's the biggest mark that's going to get him because your leader is your quarterback on the team.
Right, but if you're trading him for the 9th overall pick, that means you think someone would have drafted him at 9th in the draft, or the player that's being drafted at 9th is the same caliber. It is a flip of a coin. It's 50-50. Who really knows? But I don't know that you should trade him for that high of a draft pick.
And again, this is the pick that came from Denver that sent Russell Wilson to Denver. Which do you think Denver could take a run for the AFC West?
Man, it's wow. That is going to be the best division in football. I'll say that much. Yeah. Every week that those teams play against each other has to be the game of the week. You got Kansas City, that is what Kansas City is, and then you got the Chargers that are an up-and-coming team. You got the Raiders that made the playoffs last year. And then you got the Broncos who instantly got better getting Russell Wilson. I just don't really that's an insane that's just a crazy division. It really is.
It's gonna be fun to watch, so I think that'll be good.
Then you get Brandon saying they could draft Wilson and make it Wilson for Wilson. Yeah.
Or the beach ball from Castaway.
I'm going to throw a wrench in here, and I'm going to tell you that I think they're going to go offensive line.
It's the Seahawks. I can't see them going offensive line on here. But they could probably do a three-way trade to get Baker Mayfield to Seattle. I heard DK Metcalf that's been projected to be traded to the Packers quite a bit.
We're not trading for DK Metcalf. There is no way that Rodgers wants anyone to come to Green Bay that's going to be a bigger star than he is. Pick is in, though.
Alrighty. So I gotta give Tim Hendricks some props. He's where he's at. It's at 3:05 a.m. watching the NFL draft. So gotta give him props on staying up on there.
Definitely a buddy from overseas. He's over in Italy. So we're being watched from all around the world. Remember that when you're watching this. This is not just local. We have viewers from Italy that follow Tim Hendricks. So Pick is in is still interesting where the Seahawks go in this.
Yeah, definitely will be.
I mean, they gave up the farm. The Broncos gave up the farm for Russell Wilson, so
Well,
they better hope that pays off for them in the end.
Yeah, that's true. But they got rid of Drew Lock, which I don't think is not a franchise quarterback.
Well, he's a Missouri quarterback. He's another quarterback from Missouri that doesn't pan out.
Yep. Alrighty, so the pick is in, and I'm not going to reveal it quite yet because you probably haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we are a little bit different timing here. Kind of like how they did this setup where it's indoors but it's outdoors in Vegas because it's probably hot as hell there right now.
Oh yeah, probably.
But let's see. That's what I said. I said they were going to go offensive line. Charles Cross. So I redeemed myself on that one.
Yep. So Brendan Herrera, he's currently 5. He's doing pretty well. It looks like for the ESPN Draft Challenge. I didn't know that.
Now the Jets are next again. Do you think they keep this one or they trade it away?
I think they're going to keep it. Like I said, you have a new head coach who can actually say that he actually is getting the players that he wants to build his team. So I cannot see them trading this pick unless there's an offer too good to be true. Because I don't think Zach Wilson is the answer over in the New York Jets.
Right, but they're not going to trade for Baker Mayfield.
So no, Tim, I'm actually not watching it on the NFL Network. I don't get cable. I'm actually watching it on the ESPN.com. I got the live stream that's going, and also I'm getting the picks first on their live draft board that they have on the ESPN page. It goes, it's pretty quick.
So interesting here. Tim Hendricks says, do they maybe they trade for Debo?
Oh, that would put an interesting tab on that one. But would Debo actually want to go there, though? That's the thing.
Hard to say.
And out of all the NFL uniforms, I think the Seahawks uniform is like one of the best uniforms that they have.
I definitely think that. I definitely think that there's they got a pretty good uniform. It's the color scheme.
Yeah, it's the color scheme, and it's also set up different than the other uniforms in the NFL with the markings, with how the uniform is set up.
Right. So I was talking about Charles Cross. He's 6'4" and 307 from Mississippi State. He'll definitely bolster the offensive line for Seattle. But they have Drew Lock at quarterback, so pretty mediocre, honestly, even with a good offensive line.
Yeah, for the NFC West, it's no longer Seattle is out of like contending for this playoffs. I think I think it's all the Rams now for it.
I would agree. I would tend to agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely the Rams division now. The pick is in for the Jets. So be interesting to see where they go. Now, I'll say they're not going to take a quarterback. They won't take another defensive back.
I got to go with Tim Hendricks on this one. I think they're going to take Garrett Wilson on this.
Very much possible. Very possible.
All right, Brandon Herrera puts up a good question. Other than your team's war room, who would you like to sit in?
I would like to clarify that question. Any year or this year, because for me, any team in the top 5, I'd like to sit in their war room. So I guess if I had to pick one from this year, wow, that's tough. The Lions this year, maybe, just to see what their thinking was as the second overall pick.
Okay. Got Tim Hendricks saying the Chiefs.
That'd be interesting too. They have the 29th and the 30th picks in the draft. Although maybe the Texans, that would have been an interesting one also. See where they were thinking that third overall pick.
Yeah, definitely. I think I would choose New England due to the fact I like Belichick's attitude. I just want to see how he does it.
Here comes the Jets selection. Garrett Wilson. Yep. Tim Hendricks got one correct.
So we got Washington, the Commanders. The Commanders. I don't know about that team name. It just reminds me of like the Captain Crunch being their mascot.
Yeah, I still think they should have went something like the Red Wolves. I think would have been maybe the best.
Okay.
You wouldn't have had to change your color scheme. I mean, they're not going to, but the Red Wolves would have made sense. You could have just made your logo into a wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, or I could see the I just lost like the Sentinels kind of off of the replacements.
The replacements with Shane Falco.
Shane Falco.
And Nigel.
You gotta have heart.
Yep. And chicks dig scars.
And
glory lasts forever.
Yep.
What do you ever think about taking a receiver in the first round? It seems like more than not don't work out.
Yeah, I tend to stay away. I would tend to stay away from receivers and running backs, kind of in those because you still can get pretty darn good receivers down in the draft, in later rounds. So that's where I stand on that one.
You definitely have your exceptions to that rule. Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice.
Mm-hmm.
T.O. and Randy Moss. Obviously, those guys. The Commanders trade their pick to the Saints.
Ooh. Did they trade for like draft picks or?
It doesn't say the details, but the Saints are on the clock now with 5.5 minutes left. Do they steal Malik Willis away from Pittsburgh here?
I don't think so because you have Winston there in New Orleans. I know he threw a lot of picks, but before he got injured last year, he had 14 touchdowns versus 3 interceptions. And I think he would have been at least the comeback player of the year if he wasn't injured last year. So I think they're going to go with Jameson Winston still over there. So I don't see a quarterback going to the Saints.
Interesting.
I'm going to go Jameson Williams because Michael Thomas, we don't know how well he's going to be coming off from just a injured year last year. Didn't play. And he was not happy with the franchise whatsoever. So I'm going to go with the Alabama wide receiver, Jameson Williams, on this one.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they need some offensive line help. Just waiting. They're under 4 minutes right now on the pick.
Yep.
Looks like the Commanders moved down to 16th, so it looks like they just swapped picks in the first round. Maybe they probably got a lower pick though. They usually do. They usually swap in the first round and then get like a 6th or 7th round pick to go along with it.
Yeah, definitely. Got about 3 minutes left for the Saints to make the pick.
We do.
So we're still waiting for the Saints to pick, and of course they're taking their time. You think that if they would trade, they already know who they want. That's why I don't get. That's why I don't get about these trades. Like they still take it down to the wire. I don't understand that.
Right. Like if you know who you want. If you know who you want, why does it take so long?
That's true. Tim Hendricks is thinking maybe Davis from Georgia.
That would be a good pick.
Yeah. Well, at least the pick is in for the Saints.
Yes. $16th, a third, and a fourth is what the details of the trade are.
All righty. Well, thank you, Tim Hendricks, for that. Hey, I know it's early or late, or whatever you think, Tim Hendricks. We just appreciate the scouting report on that one. So thank you.
Sure do. They're giving a shout out to the Pelicans. They're saying, let's go Pels here in the New Orleans War Room.
Well, they just cursed themselves there. So
Yeah. Right? Who dat nation?
who dat? They've been nobody. That's who they've been lately. So
Okay.
Alrighty. We still don't know who they picked yet.
We still don't know who they pick, even though the pick's been in.
Got Tony Gonzalez up there, Austin Eckler. I don't know who else is up on there with him.
All right, here we go. Commissioner's up there alone. Tells you the pick's going to be in.
Yep.
They took Olave from
Olave.
Ohio State.
So 2 Ohio State wide receivers back to back been taken in the first round. The number 10 and number 11 pick. And on the clock is Detroit. They just traded their trade to the Vikings.
Interesting. Lions jump back into the first round. So who do they want?
All right, J Mac, it's been a good time with this, watching this with you and enjoying the first round with you. Of course, if you're still watching with the Coast to Coast Network, more of the team is going to show up. We got Crispy Bacon that is around the corner. He's going to be dropping by. Probably do another marathon. He's probably prepping for that. But unfortunately, I am going to have to sign off of here. So J Mac is going to take over the reins on this one. So we'll see about tomorrow night, dude.
All right. See you then.
All right. See ya.
The pick is in for the Lions. We'll see how long it takes them to get to it. But the pick is in at the moment. Looks like they traded the 32nd pick. I gotta think they already know who they want. Probably McDuffie from Washington would be my guess. Defense was definitely a problem last year in Detroit. We got Big B coming on here. He's going to talk about the trade.
How's it going, guys? J-Mac, how you doing, bud?
All right.
I'm more shocked that the Vikings traded within the division. I mean, I know we got the 32nd pick and the 34th pick. So Vikings must not have liked anybody left on the board to move back. So, at 32, I mean, it's wide open right now. I could, if one of the top two quarterbacks fall, maybe we take quarterback. I don't know right now. I mean, it caught me by surprise a little bit. I don't know about anybody else, but it kind of caught me by surprise.
Yeah, it definitely was interesting. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking right now at the best available around that time. At 32, ESPN has Ritter, quarterback from Cincinnati there. You got Travis Jones, defensive tackle from UConn. Walker, the third from Michigan State, a running back. You got Hall from Houston, a defensive end. So if the draft doesn't shake up anymore, I mean, I don't think Ritter will be there. I think he'll be gone before that. But, I mean, I can see them going defense right away if one of the quarterbacks ain't there.
All right. Well, the pick is in. So with the commissioner announcing it at the moment, we're going to see who they take.
J-Mac, while we got a second here, do you think the commissioner hates draft day, or do you think he kind of enjoys it because he gets booed every time he's out there, but he has a big old grin on his face? What do you think?
Right. I think he likes it. They took Jameson Williams from Alabama. So 3 consecutive wide receivers taken in the draft. Yeah. Crazy.
Wow, 3 receivers taken. So, Detroit's trying to make it look like golf's the guy there, I guess. I mean, so they don't, the Lions right now don't want to be wrong in moving Stafford. So, they're going to do their best to get him weapons all around.
Agreed. It looks like that is their guy, that they're not going. Thought if they were going to change, maybe they'd go after Baker Mayfield, but they have not.
Yeah. No, I mean, right now, I mean, you're getting into, teams needing a lot, not needing much. I mean, you got Baltimore next. I'm sorry. You got Philly next.
They're on right now, yep. And the pick is in, so we should
Wow.
know here in just a minute.
These picks, I don't know about you, but I think these picks are going a lot quicker than I thought they would.
Definitely. We're almost halfway through the first round.
And I thought a lot of teams were going to take all 10 minutes to get their pick in.
Definitely. And Crispy Bacon's now with us.
I am here.
Probably gearing up for his marathon.
Probably.
When Sarge said, when I got back, I had to make a run somewhere. Got back, and Sarge, as I was sitting down, Sarge was like, "Oh, and the Lions traded for the 12th pick." I thought he was trying to troll me a little bit, but I couldn't believe it.
No, he definitely was right about that.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised Hamilton's still on the board. Let me see who else. Hamilton, I think, is my biggest surprise that he's still on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, right now, I'll say the pick I like is Hutchinson to Detroit. I think that was a good fit for them, taking the hometown kid.
Yeah, I think that was a great fit for them too. Chris, what's your take about there being 3 straight wide receivers taken in the draft?
Now that's crazy. I mean, we all knew that a quarterback was going to be drafted, but 3, wide receivers, offensive players. I mean, I don't think no one saw that.
I mean, but you look at it, Chris. Right now, you have a run on offense going, and you got 4 wide receivers in the last 5 picks.
Mm-hmm. And then the Lions just picked a wide receiver,
Yeah.
James Williams.
There's been
Not bad
7.
shot.
There's been 7 straight offensive players picked,
Oh wow.
and there was
And-
5. So there was 5 straight defense and 7 straight offensive players taken.
And the Eagles just made a trade.
Looks like they
Eagles are
traded it
now
to
on-
Houston.
Oh,
Well, the
back
Eagles
to
are-
Houston.
Well, the Eagles, it says the pick is in. Ravens are on the clock after them.
So did
in
they
Houston.
flip flop picks?
It looked like it because after Baltimore, it's Houston.
Yeah, because the original 13 came from Houston through Cleveland.
Right. So it looks like the Eagles got the 13th. The Eagles gave the Eagles got the 13th. Houston got the 15th and a 4th round pick.
So it's the Eagles, the Ravens, the Texans, the Commanders, and then the Chargers.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see now. It's updating here. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, it
Oh.
takes a little bit.
So so Houston's or no?
Eagles are on the clock.
Okay, so they're not taking.
It says their pick is in right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean Houston's another team. Yeah, they drafted in the middle, but they still need quite a bit. I mean, they could
I
use
think-
an offensive lineman.
Yeah, they could. I don't think they take an offensive lineman though.
No, they. I mean, they could try to stack up that defense too.
I think they take McDuffie from Washington.
Watch McDuffie be with the Commanders. I'm just kidding. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But I know you're really meaning Washington State. So.
You know, and it's funny watching the draft. Every time there are picks in, you know, they show the group of fans and they're all cheering. Oh, that's our guy. We're
Yeah.
going all the way. This is our year. You know.
Or they're like, that's our guy, that's our guy.
Yeah.
And they read the pick and they're like, oh, that's a cruddy pick. Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's not who he wanted. But he's your guy.
Yep.
You just said he's your guy.
You know.
Now you gotta live with those words.
Hey, what was your meeting about?
Well, I just like listening to sports radio when the draft comes around, and
Yeah.
every fan thinks they're the Mel Kiper. Oh, they need to take this guy. Oh, they should take this guy. You know, this guy's can't miss guy, and it's like everybody tries to, be that guy. And it's just,
It's supposed
we
Well,
don't know.
No,
I mean-
thought you had said you had
No,
one.
but I mean, like for Dallas, it helps when you have
No, that's in.
somebody that was in the front office for, 10 years. And then now you're an analyst for the
So
radio that covers it.
So in the comments here, I asked before I came on.
Yeah.
I asked J Mac and Sarge. I kind of stepped away. If outside your team, Chris, who would you like to be in the war room for?
Oh, only because they've struggled so much.
Did you want to make 2 pieces?
I wouldn't mind being in Houston's war room
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
even Detroit.
Yeah, just
yeah. I think J Mac. I caught his answer. He said any team in the top 5 because they, they struggle. But
Yeah.
Jacksonville, Houston, Detroit, they've all struggled. I mean, over the years. Any war room would be fine to listen. Just kind of hear the phone ringing, this player, coach talking to this coach, and all that. So
hmm
the pick's still not in yet, or
They just came, on my end, they came back from commercial.
oh, okay,
It's weird because the first round, they won't announce the pick until they're back from commercial.
yeah. Well, I'm wondering maybe if could be a possible another trade. I mean, maybe Eagles are dropping back again. I mean, who knows? We've seen that before.
Maybe the Eagles will swap with the Cowboys at one point.
I don't think we're going to see any. I don't think we're going to see any business between the Eagles and Cowboys trading anybody.
So the Texans got a 15th, a fourth round pick, and
Yep.
I think 6th round.
So if I'm reading right, the Vikings got the 32nd and the 34th for the first and possibly a second. I didn't see the whole details on that one yet.
Oh, they traded with the Rams?
No, they traded with the Lions. Lions had the 32nd pick before because of the Stafford trade.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the Lions moved up to number 12. The Vikings got the 32nd, and I believe the 34th.
See, that gets confusing because you know how the draft initially goes, like the order, and then you have to figure in all the trades and.
Yeah. Yeah, Tim is so the Eagles gave up the 14th, a 4th, and 2 5ths to move back. Or to move up, I'm sorry.
They got the 32nd.
Yeah, the Vikings got the 32nd and 34th, and I believe they gave them the 12th and a pick of the second round. So with that being said, I think the Vikings are targeting possibly landing one of the two quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I think.
Would you be okay if they got Pickett?
Yeah. I mean, because the thing is, he does have to start. So the Eagles drafted Davison, defensive tackle from Georgia, is what I'm showing here.
I thought they were okay on defense.
Yeah.
But I mean, you gotta start somewhere.
Yep. So
We don't know what's really going on.
no. So the Ravens are on the clock again. They finished 8-9 last year, 4th in the North. Possibly good offensive lineman here.
Out for Baltimore pick, I would think so. You need somebody to help out Jackson.
Yep.
He's a scrambler.
Jaden's not going to eat all that chicken.
He's
Hey
he
guys,
can also throw. So
dinner time.
I don't know.
Bailey, dinner.
Chris, he submitted his mic.
Okay.
There's your pop. There's your pop.
Get a lot of feedback. There we go. All right.
But yeah, I mean, I like how when they come out, there's all these like playing cards with the teams.
Yeah.
And I think this was supposed to be the location for 2020, but they moved it.
Yeah. Well, 2020, I think, was more, wasn't it
Remote.
more? Yeah, remote. Everybody was home.
Yeah. But initially, the plan was having the draft here that year,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
which is fine. They had time to change it up.
Yeah.
But no, Ravens need to pick someone on the offensive line to help protect Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And you can kind of say that for Houston only because you don't know who's going to be a quarterback.
Oh, yeah. And, even Minnesota, you could say the same thing about Minnesota. Minnesota needs offensive line help.
Right.
I mean, right now, Houston, I like the quarterback they had last year. So I don't think they would draft a quarterback at 15. They could go offensive line help. Baltimore offensive line help. Washington probably offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers. Honestly, I can see the Chargers trading out because I think they're a pretty solid team. They got a lot of things going for them. So
And even for New Orleans, I would pick offensive line this year.
That's the Saints are going to be tough because they need some help. I mean, unless they're sold on Watson being the guy, they're going to need to start looking at QB help.
I mean, you're down. You could draft a quarterback because you're down a quarterback.
Yeah.
T or Hill. I can't remember his first name.
Tyson Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
converted
hybrid.
to tight end.
Yeah.
He's not a quarterback anymore.
No. Well, he's been listed as a tight end for the last couple of years, and they still use him as a hybrid player.
Right, but yeah.
Yeah. But he's shown he's not a guy he's not a starting quarterback.
No. I think he's a good, we need a quarterback here. You're going to be the quarterback right now.
Well, so he's a good, couple plays here and there, type guy.
Right. But don't throw him in the fire for too long.
No. Well, let's see here. It says the pick is in, so.
Yeah. I say the NFL should do like the USFL and they have the draft by position.
No, I think UFL just did that because they just wanted to make it more fair. NFL, I think, has got the perfect draft. Let them go in and, I mean, I think the NBA has the best draft system where, the teams that don't make the playoffs, they can put it in a lottery. But I think NFL has it right. I mean, look at the spectacle that they've had today so far.
Yeah.
Everybody's been talking about it since probably midnight.
When I remember last year, we were going through, our show and all that, and Aaron Rodgers was going to be traded. He's thinking of going to Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Last year.
That's one thing. I haven't heard too many. I mean, I know we've heard Mayfield's name being thrown out there, Samuel's name being thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
But not as much as it was last year.
No, I think they're like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to.
I still say that Kansas City at 29-30 could be the sneaky team to throw those 2 picks at the Niners and be like, hey, we'll take Samuel for these 2 picks. So.
No, I think Tim Hendricks has a pick you would think of for the Ravens.
Yeah, possibly. I mean.
Goodell's reading it. Kyle Hamilton.
Is that who they took?
Yeah, the safety.
Yeah, he was supposed to go earlier, so he's dropped a little bit.
6'4", 220. Yeah, the 4.9 40-yard dash.
Yeah, so you got Houston on the clock.
Tim said about time.
Yeah, exactly about time. So Houston's on the clock. So ESPN has, let me see here. So the best available is Jermaine Johnson II out of Florida State. Defensive end. The best fit would be Trevor Penning, 6'7", lineman out of UNI. Tim, I see, you're right, but I think they liked the guy they had last year, and his name's slipping my mind right now, but I don't think Houston's going to take quarterback here.
I don't think so either. I'm thinking either offensive line or offensive line or safety, maybe linebacker. They definitely need help on defense, I would think.
Oh yeah. The ESPN saying the needs are defensive end, offensive tackle, offensive guard, safety, running back. So, and like I said, Jermaine Johnson II the best available, but the best fit on ESPN's board is Trevor Penning. Houston's pick is in.
Could Tim's asking, could Houston take Willis? I thought he was off the board.
No, I don't think Houston's going to take Willis, the quarterback.
Oh,
No.
watch it be Pickett. Or they
No,
go
I don't
defense.
think it's Pickett. You know, right now, the next team that could take a quarterback before the Pittsburgh would be the Saints.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the Commanders, but you know the Chargers ain't taking one, and you know the Eagles ain't taking one. So Pittsburgh kid could go home to Pittsburgh.
Could Green? No, I'm not. I'm trying not to stir controversy, but could Green Bay draft a quarterback
No.
if they don't feel comfortable about Love?
Oh, they've already know. I mean, they've already kind of made it clear that they're not in love with Love, but you know, there's been a lot of trade rumors for Love too. But no, I think the Packers are going to move. The Packers are another team that's going to be kind of interesting. Kind of get J-Mac's take, and maybe Ace will jump on when the Packers pick to kind of see where they're gauging. So we're still waiting on Ravens pick here.
That's a lot of people. Wow. Kenny Green, guard
Wow.
from Texas A&M.
I got Kenny Green. Wow. I don't
But
even
there's-
see.
But they're saying he can play 4 positions, so I'm thinking all 4 positions on the offense, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, minus the center position.
Well, yeah.
Wanted to see where he was.
They must have saw really good things on his tape.
Yeah.
Well, the Commander's pick is in already.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. And we're moving fast and furious. And we're not sponsored by it.
So, J-Mac, with your team coming up, what do you think Packers are doing?
We should go receiver, but it's really hard to know.
Would you be in favor of them trading both of their picks for Samuel?
I don't think he's worth 2 picks.
Okay. Oh, I get you.
Would you draft a backup quarterback to the backup quarterback?
No.
I would hope not, but who the hell really knows, honestly.
So Kenyon Green, 6'4", 323, Texas A&M. Position rank was number 1. Overall rank was 26. His grade was 89. So just for anybody that knows those numbers and cares, I mean, that's where he was ranked out at.
So Cardinals made a trade. Cardinals trade number 23, 3rd overall pick, to the Ravens for the 100th overall pick in Marquise Brown, wide receiver.
Wow. Okay.
Still
So
no
the co-
quarterbacks. Do we think quarterbacks wait until Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I think because, I mean,
Maybe either New Orleans or Pittsburgh. Or
the Ravens
Washington.
traded up. They already went 11 overall.
Well, they still have,
they still have the 19th pick.
yeah.
Yeah, the
didn't
next
have to-
three teams I don't see taking a quarterback.
See, and that's the thing with the mock drafts too. It's like, here's what we think is going to happen. May not happen.
So just in case anybody's curious, I did the draft challenge on ESPN. I am currently 6-1.
Nice.
The one pick I got wrong was pick the first receiver taken.
Not bad.
No, it's not.
No.
Are we kind of shocked that we've only seen one? No, we've seen what, 2 trades?
In the first round,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's the most in a while, hadn't it?
Sorry about that. My phone must hit the back button.
It's okay. No, but isn't this the most trades we've had in a while? I won't say ever, but
Only 2? No, normally we're 3, 4 maybe. I don't know.
3, 4, what? What are we talking about?
Trades. What would you say the average first round trades are, J-Mac, in a year?
Maybe 4.
Yeah. And we've had 2 so far.
I think we've had 3.
We had 3 for the first round.
Yeah.
yeah, we had that Cardinals Ravens trade.
Yep.
And
And
then
then you had the Commanders. They traded with, and it
The
should be in the
Vikings.
comments. They traded with, Detroit traded with the Vikings,
Yep.
and then Houston traded with the Eagles.
Okay.
And actually, we've had 4 because the Commanders traded also. They traded down.
Oh, okay. So we've had 4. Okay.
So we're probably breaking a record here tonight.
No. I bet you if we look, I bet you there's I just recall a recent draft where like almost every couple picks was traded. It seemed like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like NBA.
Yeah. NBA is NBA.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Most trades. Yeah.
Yes, we know the pick is in. And the Washington fans are excited.
Oh, they're going to be excited about anybody. You could give them a brand new bucket of balls, they'd be excited.
Malik Willis, I bet.
You think so?
Another wide receiver.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Crazy.
John
Wow.
Johnson. Wide
There'll be
receiver.
a lot of disappointments in the first round, I think.
When I think too, it's, you know, a lot of people think that when they listen to these experts and they put out their mock drafts, you know, I bet a lot of them believe it's going to happen that way. I don't know that 100%, but I'm sure they think that. He is pretty quick though.
So we've had 2. What do we have? 2 Big Ten receivers going. 2. No, now that's 3 Big Ten receivers going. And Alabama and USC.
Ooh. Here's a big move. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let me get, yeah, I know. This player's on the move again.
Who's that?
Ian Rappaport says sources. The Eagles are trading for Titans wide receiver A.J. Brown. Tennessee
Wow.
gets the number 18th pick. and more.
No kidding.
AJ Brown is going to Washington. Or no, Philadelphia. I'm sorry.
Going to Philadelphia for the 18th pick. That'll be interesting.
Wow. So this is like draft / free agency all in one.
So the Chargers pick is in. Zion Johnson, huh?
Offensive player.
Offense is going to be a premium.
For sure.
So now we're getting into quarterback territory, I think.
Yeah, that's possible.
Even with the Titans moving in, I mean, yeah, you got Tannehill, but who do you have behind Tannehill? Nobody.
Well, I'm thinking now they're going to pick a wide receiver.
No.
Wide receiver class is not that deep.
No, but
No.
now you got to replace a wide receiver.
I could possibly If I'm Pittsburgh right now and I want Pickett, I'd probably try to move up to this 18th pick, get ahead of the Saints.
Yeah, that could be, but like Tim Hendricks says, that's 5 trades now.
Yep.
I think everybody's like, okay, we're back in a public setting to do the draft. Let's make it memorable.
You guys keep talking. I'll be back when the pick is in.
All right.
So, yeah. So you're probably like, let's make this draft memorable.
No, the draft's always memorable because I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you got guys that drop, you got guys that go too high. Tim Hendricks said that Johnson probably was a reach. I think that's who he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Titans, like you said, just made a trade. So,
Well, and also too, when you're evaluating players, I may think this player may be really good. You might not think he's really good. And you have to tell that to your team. It's like, I think he's good. No, he's not good. But,
yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
and now the official
and that's the hardest. You got, each side of the ball wanting their guy at their pick, so you got to compromise within the team too.
Yeah. I'd be terrified to be in the middle of the water like that. Do a show in the middle of the ocean. So the Titans get the 18th overall pick and the 3rd round pick.
Okay.
Pick 101.
So Tim is saying that they're going to take McDuffie here, corner from Washington.
That's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
We're still waiting.
According to ESPN, the best available is Jermaine Johnson, the second defensive end.
Something telling me it's a receiver, though. Considering you just got rid of AJ Brown.
Well, let's look here. The best receiver left is Treylon Burks, Arkansas. I don't know.
All right. And maybe he just needed a setting change. I don't know. But
I mean, Tim does make a good point. Who does Houston have, or Titans have at receiver now?
no one that I can remember.
Well, let's see if I can pull it up here quick. Titans roster.
So AJ Brown is going to get a 4-year extension on his current contract that he had with Tennessee for $100 million, $57 million guaranteed.
All right. So with Brown gone, we got Robert Woods. We got Fitzpatrick, McMath, Malone, and Kensley. That is as of whatever on ESPN here. So
Right.
Well, you're the one that
That's not a bad
I
lineup.
don't know what you're doing. You're like, I'm on this with the guys. Okay, I asked how long it takes, and you're like, I'm just watching it because it's there.
One Cowboys
Here's his mic.
said that's not going right at all tonight. That's funny.
Do we need to go potty? Or come.
yeah, sorry about that, Chris. But yes, Tim,
Okay.
you're right. Nobody.
Yeah. So you're meeting nobody.
Right. Looks like the pick's in, but we were on a commercial break, so they
Yeah.
haven't announced it yet.
Nope.
No.
Did you hear the AJ Brown trade?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eagles got AJ Brown for the 18th overall pick in the 3rd round for 100.
I see. Okay, in a third round. Yeah, well, no, the Titans were on the clock. Yeah, I guess I did see
Yeah.
that. I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Titans could be targeting a receiver, but I think it might be a stretch right now.
I mean, you have to replace them. You got rid
Well,
of somebody.
but
So
but again, you're not going to build a team in one night. So I mean, I guess Treylon Burks not that big of a reach, but he's the 5th best receiver, 24th overall player according to ESPN. So, well, Matt Miller compares him to AJ Brown.
well, there you go. There you go. They're making their pick. That might be a little delayed.
A bucket of balls and a kicking tee.
That'd be funny.
You called it, Treylon Burks.
Is that who it is? Wow.
So I got the position right. But
Well, yeah, I was reading up his bio here on ESPN, and Matt Miller is comparing him to AJ Brown. So that was his number one comparison. So you got AJ Brown, a younger version of AJ Brown for AJ Brown. So
that's a they're in Vegas, and I say that was a gamble.
yeah, I would say that's probably a gamble. Now we're coming into quarterback territory, I think.
I think this is where you see Pickett, either this pick or next pick.
Oh, I put my money on Pickett goes to Pittsburgh if he doesn't go now.
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis, I can see going now, but I can also see Pittsburgh thinking the Saints are going to take Pickett and try to move up. I mean, I know it's only leapfrogging them, but
But if that's who the Saints want, they ain't going to trade it away.
unless I get another pick, I mean, in the 2nd round.
If it's your guy, you're not going to trade the pick away, no matter what
No.
you get. in
Well,
return.
Yeah, but if you're dropping back one, then you take Willis at number 20. Yeah.
He's quick. You're showing his highlights, and he's pretty quick.
Yeah, but how many first round receivers can really pan out in the end?
Good question. Yeah, and they're comparing him to AJ Brown.
Yep. And
You're
Tim
showing-
made a comment, why wouldn't you want 2 AJ Browns? And I would comment just like the world doesn't need two Tim Hendrickses. So no, but Tim makes a good point. Why wouldn't you want two of the same receiver? You know, you like AJ Brown. I mean, he's got the talent.
Yeah.
You know.
Saints are on the clock. First season without Sean Payton.
Trent McDuffie, I think, goes here. I don't know that they take a quarterback. I think they're set in Jameis Winston.
Well,
I'm either
that's a-
thinking it's going to be Pickett or McDuffie.
Well, one of the needs is offensive tackle. What about Trevor Penn? You know, from UNI.
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking McDuffie because, yeah, I could see Pittsburgh going quarterback. Only because you don't have Roethlisberger. Yeah.
I tell you, if Pittsburgh's going to go pick it, they're going to have that pick in right after this pick.
I would. I mean, yeah, he's not the best quarterback, but he's the best one of the draft class.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
no,
is,
it's not
though,
easy.
you know, kind of like Detroit, you know, you got the homegrown kid in Hutchinson.
Yeah.
So, you know, Pickett, I believe, is also from Pittsburgh. I could be wrong.
I know he
but-
played at Pitt.
He is
Yeah,
from
he-
Pittsburgh.
Okay. So he's been there the whole time. So, you know, that would be somebody, if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm looking at him, you know,
You
just
always
because he's a hometown kid. So,
I think you always got to think about your homegrown players.
if they're good, I mean, if they're not
Yeah,
good,
if they're
then
good. Yeah. But I mean, the ones that are
I think the team needs a quarterback. I don't think.
I think Pittsburgh needs a quarterback pretty bad.
Well, Denver is not in the first round, so after Pittsburgh got New England, they're not going to get a quarterback. Packers, Ravens, Cowboys, Bills, you know, Titans maybe at 26 could get a quarterback. The Bucks, Packers again. You know, Kansas City ain't taking a quarterback. Bengals ain't taking a quarterback. Minnesota at 32 could use a good backup if they don't like Kellen Mond.
Right. That's true. No, oh wait. Looks like we're commercial.
So Henderson's making a good point. How is Johnson still on the board?
Because no one picked him.
Well, that would be the low roll answer, but I mean, defensive end, fourth overall in the position, 14th ranked. You know, they're comparing them to Marcus Davenport. I mean,
Told you. Trevor Penning. Well, I didn't say Trevor Penning, but they didn't go quarterback.
no, I think they made the right choice in getting offensive lineman.
Yeah. They need somebody to protect whoever's quarterback.
I think the Steelers don't take very long to make their pick. You know?
Right.
Sorry, guys, read the comments, hit the back button. So
That's okay. I don't think Pittsburgh takes very long to make their pick.
no, I will be shocked if it's not Pickett.
I think Johnson goes to New England.
Yeah, I can see that.
So they're going to commercial. They're still showing the Trevor Penning pick.
All right, guys, I'm going to check out. I'll come back.
Yeah.
I'll try to get back before the Vikings pick. So we'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right.
Now it's going to be an interesting pick coming up with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm surprised they took as long as they have, honestly.
Well, maybe they put it, or they already gave the pick out, but it just hadn't shown up yet. It's hard to decide who to pick sometimes.
I don't think there can't be any question for Pittsburgh. They have to have a quarterback,
Yeah.
and the pick is in. I mean, I was surprised it took them as long as it did.
Yeah. But when the pick came up, it had like 4 minutes left. Now we just wait. I'm surprised there's as many wide receivers that have been off the board. I don't think I've heard anybody say it's a wide receiver heavy draft.
Right.
No new updates on trades. Yeah, still nothing. But they got to go quarterback.
I think so too.
And then in two picks, Green Bay will be up.
Yep.
You think the draft's been good in Vegas?
I'm sure it's been good for Vegas. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like they need to cut the pick time in the first round to 6 minutes. I feel like it takes too long. Especially if you know who you're gonna pick.
Right.
Pittsburgh fans waiting. Should be making the pick soon. There you go. Wow.
During the final seconds of the 1972 AFC divisional game, Franco Harris made an improbable catch known as immaculate reception. He here with us tonight to celebrate the 50th anniversary of that moment.
Dang, it's been 50 years since I catch. Wow.
For the Pittsburgh Steelers, please welcome Pro Football Hall of Famer Franco Harris. I can't wait to hear what this reaction was upon seeing the name here.
Oh. Wow.
Okay. With the 20th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers
Oh.
select Kenny Pickett.
There you go.
Yeah, that was no surprise.
Picked it. I think that for the situation they've been in, that's a good pick.
And there is the prediction. What a dream. No doubt for Kenny Pickett. As he was
I think Johnson goes to New England.
Unless they moved up. Which they could, but anybody can move up. And then after this pick, it's Green Bay. Then Baltimore, Dallas, and Buffalo. I think he's just happy he's been drafted. I would too. Oh. The Chiefs are on the clock, according to Ian Rappaport. So it's not the Patriots, it's the Chiefs.
So Patriots traded away their pick. Not a big surprise.
No. I guess they saw the list that's available and was like, we're not gonna. We don't have anybody. At least not right now.
Well, we'll all just sit here together and see when the pick is in.
Right. Or when they announce officially that.
There's this stuff up on TikTok about this moment.
Yeah, they just made the announcement. Chiefs pick is in, not the Patriots. Oh wait, the pick is in suit.
Outside.
Tim, I'm not sure who Kansas City gave up on, like the pick.
What happened to the dad just tell him?
Johnson has to go soon. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
he
It
could go
sounds
here
like
or
it might have been a
Green Bay.
boyfriend.
Chiefs are up now, and then Green Bay.
Oh,
is
really?
next. And then you also have, the Packers coming up. Yeah, the Patriots gave it to Kansas City. Seems like the Patriots gives up their picks every year. I know it's crazy. It's crazy. Kenny Pickett was the first quarterback off the board. Everybody else, that was for the Steelers. Last quarterbacks off the board. But it seems like New England gives up their pick every year. So now Kansas City has 3 first-round picks. So there's one. Yeah, and then coming up in 9 picks from now, they'll pick again. And if they haven't already picked already, then 3. But I'm only seeing 2 at the moment. The Chiefs selection is in. They're making the announcement. Let's see what New England gave up on. Reading the Trent McDuffie, cornerback from Washington. He is a Chief. Going to Kansas City. Let's see. Yeah, you're right, Tim. Pat's got the 29th pick. Looks like, yeah, they did. This draft's moving pretty quick. Packers got to draft a water boy. I don't know. Maybe they should call Adam Sandler for that one. At this point. Let's see. Green Bay could have used him. They compared McDuffie to Jair Alexander. Yeah, I just saw that. I find that an interesting comparison. Packers trade with Bears. Hey, I've seen crazier trades. I've seen Cowboys picks traded with Eagles and also reversed. I can see that. But no, it's going to be interesting who Green Bay is going to pick. Could be a quarterback replacement for Love. Yeah, I can see it. I can see them picking that. Going with that pick. No new trades going on.
Nope, we'll end up picking this one.
But, so maybe I'll make copies of those, so if you have a copy and I have the original.
Who would you like to see Green Bay pick?
And cash on the top of these.
We should pick a wide receiver, but we won't.
Paid $75 cash, paid $75 in check with check number. Tracy.
Wide receiver wouldn't be bad. Is there any bad press on Johnson?
No.
She kept them.
I don't think
know.
so. Because he's wondering why. He's wondering why Johnson's still there, which is a good question. But
I'm sure everybody had that question when like Aaron Rodgers was passed up late. Maybe I would say Brady, but
yeah,
Whedon. Well, not Whedon.
right. Could have been. Could have been.
But no, I'm sure a lot of people had that question when certain players weren't off the board.
Definitely. That's around Dave. We can defer to him for a bit if he can get on.
The Bears players. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not much. Packers.
So you Packers just took a linebacker. How do you feel about that?
I told you. I just told Chris we should
You
take receiver,
released
but
an
we're
opinion on
going to
that.
take a linebacker. I told you. I already told you that was going to happen.
I told him, I was like, they're going to take a lineman and a tackle. It's the Green Bay way.
Yep.
I just popped out real quick to say hi. It's too loud over here to be in the show, so I'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Yeah, they picked a linebacker, not a receiver.
Like I said, Baltimore Ravens trade their pick to the Bills. The Bills are trading up.
Oh,
They're going to take Johnson, I think, on the defense from Florida State.
yeah, the Bills are now on the clock.
Yep.
Another trade. So they
Right.
get 23 for 25 and 130. So I guess they get picked 23 in exchange for number 25 and 130. Oh, Vikings are on the clock.
Oh, Big B's not here to talk about the Vikings.
Let's see if he's. Oh wait, no. Now they show Bills. They showed Vikings real quick and then switched to Bills.
Yep, it's the Bills.
Yeah.
Next is the Cowboys. So who
Yeah.
the Cowboys going to take?
I'm thinking someone on the offensive line. I'm not quite sure who, but I'm thinking offensive line.
All right.
Considering they need help protecting Dak. But I think any quarterback needs that help. But will they? I don't know. They might go defense again. Or they could pick a kicker. I'm just kidding. I doubt that.
Surprised the Bills are taking so long here.
They're saying Stephen Jones is on the phone. Could be a trade.
Interesting.
Which would be funny because I would have never thought they would trade a pick.
Yeah, but could this be they're trading it for
Like a player.
maybe the Bills or are trading it for what's his name?
Oh,
He's been
Diggs?
linked to Dallas already.
Diggs for Diggs' brother that come over. Yeah. See, we got. Yeah.
I'm with Tim Hendricks though. I think if they draft, they're gonna draft Johnson.
Who, Cowboys or Bills?
The Bills.
Okay. Yeah, because that's who Cowboy fans are wanting is Johnson.
But the
So
pick
where
is in
did
for the
you-
Bills, so it doesn't look like they traded it.
No. They're showing all the draft prospects and waiting. Showing the Ferris wheel. I don't know if I would go on that. So Buffalo gets the 23rd pick. Ravens get the 25th overall and a 4th round pick, which is 130.
Right.
That's a steep price. Yeah, it's been 7 or 8 trades.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to the pick.
Yeah.
There's no way they take a quarterback, so I don't know why they're showing Malik Willis.
To throw us off guard.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if I was the Bills quarterback and that happens. I'd be going, hey, wait.
Yeah, they have Josh Allen. There's no way they're going to take a quarterback.
Right. Unless you're worried, I would suggest you tell them. Those pickings in.
Wow. Elam from Florida. I never would have guessed that for the Bills.
Wow. So maybe Johnson's up next. Tim said, I thought it was going to be New England. Yeah. New England's coming up. Oh, you get another pick, J Matt.
Yeah, we got 28 overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cowboys on the clock. I wonder how long they'll take to make their pick. Probably not too long, huh?
Hopefully not. No. Hopefully they show that we're on the clock and it says pick is in right from.
Yeah. All right, I'll be right back as soon as the pick is in.
Yeah. I'm thinking Johnson on this one. Joe B. Love. Yeah, he does. That or they like former Cowboys. It seems like Cowboys traded Amari Cooper to Browns in exchange for 22 fifth round selection. 37 passing touchdowns for Dak. Season record. Not too bad. Zeke had the most rushing yards since 2016 at 9,000, a little over 9,000. Cowboys pick. Then Christopher. I would cut the pick to save cap money. Yeah. Probably not, no. Johnson is a steal for Dallas. Hey, if Johnson goes to Dallas, I think that would be 3 years in a row we had a steal. Because in theory, we shouldn't have had Lamb. It just fell into our lap. And we shouldn't have had Parsons last year. That just kind of fell to us as well. Maybe this is going to be that same thing with Johnson. Now, I haven't heard much on Johnson. But what I'm gathering is he's a really good player. Sure, why not? I wouldn't mind taking him off the board. Although Jerry's taken a long time to make this pick. $340 to go. Still no pick officially made. As the night falls in Vegas, who knows what will happen with the 24th overall pick. Yes, we know they lost to the 49ers in the playoffs. Is he trading for more picks? I would not be surprised if that happens. I would not be surprised. Sometimes the best players just fall in your lap. Yeah. Somehow it's been happening. I'm at 240 and still the pick is in. Yeah, I'm at 146 or 246. Oh, wait. Clock was removed. Now the pick is in. That was took long enough. I like to make us wait. As we get set for the Cowboys pick this year's draft. It's in here for me. Yeah, it is here for me too. Okay. Wow. Pick is in and we're still waiting. Who could it be? Hopefully it's Johnson. But I'm sure it's going to be some offensive player to help Dak. Which I don't remember them.
Let's see what happens here, huh?
Yeah.
Johnson, I think.
I'm thinking so.
Wow.
Huh.
I mean, you didn't have it completely wrong. You said they'd take an offensive lineman.
Yeah. Oh, great. Too many penalties. Good. That helps.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Oh, wait. He has too many penalties. We just got rid of somebody that had too many penalties.
Right. Okay. I'll be back for the next pick. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Cowboys get offensive tackle Tyler Smith from Tulsa. Not too bad. Kind of had it thought it was going to be an offensive player. But maybe this is where Johnson's going to land. I don't know. They're going over the Cowboy pick. They drafted a need. I think in the first round, that's unless the player you want is at the top of your board in your need spot. And I think that's what happened with Parsons and Lamb the past couple years. Not only were they on their draft board, pretty high spot, but you're also players that you really wanted. Which, if you can do that, great. You can multitask by doing that. And I think that's what you're supposed to do in the draft, is pick mainly off a need instead of want. I'm not in the war room, but that's just the way I would think about doing that. The Ravens are on the clock. Hopefully they move along with the pick. Sometimes they want comes too much. Yeah, it does. But I'd be the smart GM. Although BP might say otherwise. We're playing. I trade DiNucci and everybody. He didn't have a productive year last year. Maybe Johnson comes home to Minnesota at 32. Now that'd be a steal too. That or they'll draft a quarterback. I guess any team could draft a quarterback. I don't know why you would, but I mean, in that sense of, I don't know why you would if you didn't really need a quarterback. Ravens are at almost 3 minutes, low for 3 minutes, taking their pick. Where would you like to see the draft go, like traveling wise, down the road? I know Missouri is going to be one of them. They did Nashville one year, Dallas, Chicago, Philly. They've traveled, and of course New York for many years. Johnson's a Minnesota kid. Yeah. That wouldn't be a bad spot for him. Ravens fans are getting ready, not knowing who their team selected, but they're excited anyways. Probably just excited to be on TV. And everybody in the war room is nervous. Okay, not nervous, but take the draft to London or Alaska. Not even Minnesota? Big B? Ravens pick is in. No, I went to the draft when it was here in Dallas. And it wasn't bad. I mean, it's like what you see on TV. But they have a lot of cool exhibits, and they bring a little bit of the Hall of Fame to the draft, and it's a lot of people. But probably more now than it was before. Ravens finished last in the division for the first time since 2007. Wow. But they played really well last year, I felt like. Who do you guys think Baltimore is going to pick? And after this, Tennessee's on the clock. Followed by Tampa Bay and Green Bay. I went to the Super Bowl experience when the Super Bowl was in Tampa. Yeah. I didn't go that far, but not even when it was here in Dallas. But next time, if it ever does come down to Texas, or should I say Dallas, because it's been in Houston before. Maybe if it is in Houston, I'll go. Devin Lloyd. All right, their pick is in. Tim Hendricks thinking Devin Lloyd will be the pick.
Tyler Linderbaum, huh?
Wow. Center. Another offensive player.
Yeah, that's not a quarterback.
Right.
It's crazy. Who do you think the Titans are taking?
Oh, I don't know. Tim Hendricks thinking Devin Lloyd. I think he thought for the Ravens, but we'll just stick with him for Tennessee since they're on the clock next. If they don't decide to trade it.
I don't think they'll trade it.
Yeah.
Somebody's using my stuff.
I think they're trying to protect Johnson.
Using my flavoring, water flavoring. I only used it for one day, left it in the kitchen now. I got one more cup of
So what does
water.
everybody think of this pick? I mean, we're seeing offensive players, not a quarterback or a receiver, but mainly your pass protection players.
If I knew he wanted to go to the store with me, I'd have waited.
Oh, I don't need to go to the store. Only thing I ever want to get at the store is water, flavored water.
Got paperwork to do.
Always cool. I have a meeting for Bell. We always got paperwork then.
They're showing his highlights, and
Wasn't she the one
Used
that
to
had
be a
some
wrestler.
problems from the doctor, and then
Oh.
mom wants to know what you guys are going to do about it?
Yeah, she's constipated, so it's okay.
we got a trade from Tennessee to New York Jets. So now the Jets have the 26th pick in the first round. So Tennessee moving up, or moving back, I should say. Could we see Johnson pick, going here? Okay. So the Jets get the 26th overall in the third round pick. Tennessee gets, well, they showed it, but it was too much. it took it off too quickly. 8th trade of the first round. Yep. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of trades this year. Maybe because the salary cap went up. Everything kind of went up after the pandemic and all that. So this has been a trade heavy draft. Pick is in for the Jets, Jets. Your next or last few remaining picks of the draft are Tampa Bay, Green Bay, New England, Kansas City, and Cincinnati. And your last pick is going to be Minnesota.
Right, but how crazy is that? It's the eighth trade of the first round.
Yeah.
That's got to be close to some kind of record, I think. That's a lot.
I think so.
But the Jets are back in. I know I keep saying this on every pick, but
yeah, I think we'd all do.
I think they have to be coming back in for a certain player. To me, the only certain player that would be Johnson.
I'll be surprised if it's not.
Yeah. By the way, all of you watching and listening, we'll be recapping this tomorrow on the Four Bros Radio Show tomorrow at 10 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep.
Check that out, and we'll recap the first round, give you our analysis, and see what we all think for our teams.
And maybe a little bit of the second round. That your second and third. We won't go through all of them, but
no, just give the highlights of the second and third round for sure.
yeah.
Okay, the pick is in. Commissioner's walking to the podium.
Yep.
We'll see the selection here in a second.
Mm-hmm.
And he finally went, Jermaine Johnson from Florida State.
Wow.
I said that could have been. I thought that would have been the only reason they were trading back into the first round. So he was a projected top 5 pick, and he fell to 26.
Huh.
So, Chris, do you think they had to do more out of need for the teams, or do we think there's something that we haven't heard about?
I think it's something. I think it's something we haven't heard about.
I mean, we do have to remember that he was on Last Chance U, so that means that at some point he did not follow rules or something to end up on that show. That could have had something to do with it, but he came from Georgia, so I mean, he made it back up and then finished his career at Florida State. He's one of the older guys. I think he's 25 or so. Been in. And then we have the 9th trade of the first round, which is Jacksonville trading with Tampa Bay. I don't have the details for you yet, but Jacksonville's on the clock right now from Tampa Bay.
Tim says it's Florida State, and they do have suspect players.
I mean, they do. Definitely do.
That's sad, but yeah.
But you got to feel good for this kid. I mean, he just got drafted in the first round after having a long college career, again, because of Last Chance U that tells you he already had some problems.
Yeah.
And so making it back to a Division I school and then getting drafted in the first round of the NFL draft, it's got to feel good for him. That's some redemption for sure on his part. So the Jets take him in the first round.
And I think for him, he's probably thinking, all I want to do is just, make the first round. I don't care if I'm the first or the last. I just want to be in the first round. Maybe that was his goal. I mean, they all want to be first round pick or first overall.
Who doesn't want to be a first round pick? I mean, there's thousands of college kids that want to be a first round pick. Obviously, it can't happen with 32 teams, but
Right.
Still, maybe a little bit of redemption story there for him.
Now Jacksonville got a defensive
Jacksonville's
player,
back in the
right?
first round. This is interesting, very interesting. I don't even know who Jacksonville would take in this situation. It's really, really tough to think about who they would take here. I would think they would go defense.
Didn't they go defense last time?
They did, but I think that they struggle more on defense than offense. I think Urban Meyer was the problem on offense. He was trying to run a college system, I think. Good point, Tim Hendricks. Maybe Booth Jr. from Clemson. That would be a solid pick for them.
No, I mean
Also, what's his name? Hill.
Yeah.
Hill that's fallen so far. His first name is spacing me right now, but Hill.
Also, you got to think too. I saw. Oh, we got a trip. Oh, wait, I think they're just confirming it.
Nope, the pick is in.
Okay, but I saw flashes and of good talent with Jacksonville's quarterback.
I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be just fine in the NFL. I mean, he did throw for 3,000 yards. 3,600 yards last year. So we definitely know that he can be an NFL quarterback. Daxton Hill, that's it. Thank you, Tim Hendricks. Daxton Hill. I think he's a possibility here.
Because, I mean, Jackson Hill can be good, but it's going to be interesting what Jacksonville does do.
Right, but don't you think Daxton Hill's probably the best player left in the draft?
Yeah. And Doug Peterson's a good coach too, so
I think Peterson will be great for Trevor Lawrence. I do.
And I don't know if I don't think Jacksonville is going to be a playoff team, but I think they're going to look a lot better in a lot of games.
I think they'll be competitive in games for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how many wide receivers went in the first round. I think we're up to 9 in the first round. It's just crazy.
9 trades, 9 wide receivers.
Look at that's 2, 3.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely more than it's got to be one of the best, one of the top wide receiver drafts. That's for sure. I don't think that many guys have gone in the first round in forever.
No.
I do like the Texans draft, though. I have to give them a good draft grade. They have definitely upgraded their offensive line, which is what they needed to do. And if they're going to go with Davis Mills at quarterback, they're going to need people to keep him upright. And so I do think that they have gone they have definitely done a lot to upgrade their team.
Well, it looked like, too, that just by looking at the draft, they got a new, in-house staff. They got the new coach. You're trying to turn things around.
I don't know that Lovie Smith is the answer. I don't think he's I don't know that he's the greatest coach out there, but he definitely will be an upgrade, I think, for them.
You could probably, I know maybe not this sense, but he could probably be the best coach not to win a title.
Right. And
I-
how
I
about the
coach-
how about the Jets? They took Ahmad Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and Jermaine Johnson in all three of those guys, and they got them in the first round. The Jets have had a good draft.
They've had, and I don't remember New York, the New York Jets doing all of that in the last few years. So they seem like they're playing to win. And I know
Well-
this is like the first competitive sense of it.
Well, Woody Johnson's the owner, but I think that they've taken a little bit different. I think they've taken a little bit different strategy on this this year.
That helps too.
Oh, Tim Hendricks, I completely agree with you. Lovey is very defensive minded. He took Chicago to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman at quarterback. I'm not saying they can't get there.
No,
I
they
just
can.
think that Lovey Smith is a better coordinator than he is a head coach. But that remains to be seen also. So
And I think that I kind of have that feeling with Josh Daniels.
Josh McDaniels in Denver.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I feel like he's more of an offensive coordinator than to do a coach.
Well, here we're about to find out who they're picking.
Yeah.
I think it's man, Daxton Hill would be the best person they could pick right here. Devin Lloyd. That's not a bad pick from Utah. They need linebacker help too. So I think Devin Lloyd was the third best prospect left on the board. So that's really that's not a horrible pick at all.
No.
Kind of crazy if you read this kid's story. Like he played basketball, and he was offered one scholarship to college, and it was to Utah, and it was a basketball scholarship he was offered to Utah.
Oh, wow. So,
And
thinking-
man, Green Bay was quick. Their pick is in already.
Oh, wow.
Hats off to his parents. They served 30. His dad served 30 years in the Navy.
There you go.
So you know he's going to be a very disciplined young man if his dad was in the Navy for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think Green Bay is going to take the wide receiver from North Dakota State.
You're hoping.
I'm hoping for something here. Tim Hendricks says they're going to take Booth. That wouldn't surprise me, but they don't need anyone in the defensive backfield. You got Jair Alexander, Adrian Amos, Fred, Darnell Savage, and Rasul Douglas. You don't really need anyone. And I agree, Tim Hendricks. It's really not a bad pick. I think Lloyd will do some good stuff in Jacksonville.
Yeah. So did Lloyd, I know he went to Utah, but he was offered that basketball scholarship. We know he turned that down, so he pretty much paid for college.
Well, no, he took the basketball scholarship and then walked onto the football team.
Okay.
And then they put him on scholarship his sophomore year. So
Okay. Wow.
I think you know what, Green Bay might surprise you here, and they may take Dean, another linebacker.
They like to do that.
Because I mean, they picked quick, so they might take another linebacker, even though they should take a receiver.
Unless they're waiting for round 2 of free agency. Which I don't know who you would get.
I mean, I think if they don't take a receiver in the first round, then they're all in on Debo Samuel. That's what I think.
I could be.
I think that's the only way you don't take a wide receiver with this pick.
Yeah, I can see that.
What's been the most surprising pick of the first round for you think?
Ooh. I don't know about the most surprising pick, but I know the most surprising, I guess, pick will have to be all the receivers being taken off the board quickly.
There's been 7 so far, all by the way, in the first round.
Wow. Yeah. So that's probably my biggest surprise is 7 receivers.
I'll say this. I'll say the biggest surprise for me is probably Seattle taking Cross for the offensive line versus upgrading any other. You know, they didn't upgrade at quarterback. They didn't upgrade on the defense, which is where they struggled last year.
But they obviously see something in those players. Or in those
You think they really see something in Drew Lock? I don't know how
No.
you could.
I don't, but I'm just saying they might see something that we don't.
But do they pull off a trade for like a Jimmy Garoppolo?
When healthy, yeah. I don't know if he would do it now. He's still recovering. But I think when he's close to being healthy, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're about to find out who Green Bay took.
Mm-hmm.
And with Andrew Whitworth standing right next to the commissioner, do you think that the Walter Payton Man of the Year award is the coveted award in the NFL?
I think so. Other than being MVP, I think you would want that reward, yeah.
Just because it shows what you do off the field, not just on the field.
Yeah. Because sure, you want to be recognized for your talents on the field, but I think you would want them recognized off the field more.
Absolutely. And I really liked his after the Super Bowl when he sat down with his kids and told them that he just played his last football game.
Mm-hmm. And you got Walter Payton Man of the Year. That's a way to walk out.
That's definitely a way to walk out. Win a Super Bowl, win the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, retire, and be with your family. That's a pretty good way to ride off into the sunset.
Yeah. Well, I think I know Ray Lewis won a Super Bowl. He told his team during the playoffs, I'm retiring.
Yeah, he announced it, though, in the middle of the season. Wentworth never really announced that he was leaving. He said he made the decision after they won the game.
I don't blame him. I mean, you gave everything you had at that last game and know that you won the Super Bowl. It's like, I'm done.
Right?
Even Tim Hendricks saying his surprising was the trades.
Yeah, there was 9 of them in the first round. There's 4 picks left, so you could still see another one.
Yeah.
All right.
Packers selection,
Like I said,
defensive
it's
tackle.
Devontae Wyatt, which I'm not overly upset about the pick, but I just think we had needs other places.
All right. Now New England may be on the clock.
No, I think they'll pick here. Yep, the pick is in for them.
Okay.
I just think that means that Green Bay is all in on Deebo Samuel, and we'll see. I think maybe we'll see something in day 2 to see what happens
But no,
with that.
it seems like New England trades a lot of their picks.
Belichick's a
Maybe Jennifer.
genius. Belichick's a genius, so I think he definitely, if he wanted to trade and get a certain player, he would definitely make the trade here. I mean, the kid's fast for sure. This Devontae Wyatt, but fast isn't always the best. It doesn't always mean you're the best. So I guess we will just see.
Yeah. And then after New England, it's Kansas City.
And you got Kansas City, Cincinnati, and Minnesota to end it out.
Yep.
But does Kansas City keep their pick, or do they make another trade and trade away that pick?
What do you think of them swapping with Minnesota or Cincinnati?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because you kind of
I
have
could-
to. Maybe.
Daxton Hill. I think the Patriots might actually take Daxton Hill here.
You're showing Mac Jones' stats, and he looked pretty good last year for a rookie.
So here's something for you. The Packers are the first team in modern draft era history to take 2 defensive players from the same school in the first round.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's good in a way.
I mean, at least they'll have chemistry, but we'll see how well they fit on with the rest of the team.
It'd be funny if you just had a play set for a certain school.
Yeah, right?
Rutgers. And you got all the Rutgers players, and you may have one that's not from Rutgers or whatever school.
You know what this means, Chris, with the draft being this weekend? That means that in a couple of weeks we get to make our way too early picks for who's going to win Rookie of the Year on each side of the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Maybe I get to come on the Die Hard Football podcast and talk about
There you
it.
go. Yeah.
When are you starting that back up again?
I'm thinking sometime in the next few days. Kind of
Okay.
get that going. Since it's pretty much football season's kind of back in, their schedule is coming out May 12th. 18 weeks, 17 games. Thursday Night Football being moved to streaming, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and we'll have the morning tailgate Sunday. So if you want to come on there too.
I will do my best. How about that?
Okay. Pick is in still, and we're still waiting on the pick.
I'll tell you, it's crazy. Have you ever been to Vegas, Chris?
No, but
Oh my God, it's way bigger than anyone could ever tell you.
it looks pretty big.
Oh, it's insane. We walked so many miles the one day we were on the strip. It was just crazy. And you don't really feel like you're walking that far, but yeah.
I know there's a lot of people crammed in one spot in the strip.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
Draft.
people. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what they're gonna pick. I think it's Daxton Hill. I think Daxton Hill is gonna go here.
Yeah.
I think it just makes too much sense. Belichick is all good about taking the best player available, even if it's not a need. And Daxton Hill is he was probably projected in the top 15. He's dropped to 29. So I think you're going to take Daxton Hill. Oof. And they take a guy who's graded in the second round. A little bit of a reach, not too much at 29.
Wow.
But so Cole
That's
Strange
fast.
taken 29th overall. I mean, they have a solid offensive line, but you can always use another offensive lineman, I guess. Kansas City's pick is in already.
Cincinnati's on the clock. So now we're just going to move quickly on this.
No, Kansas City is on the clock.
Okay.
And then you got Cincinnati, Minnesota to round it out. Second annual Four Bros Radio Show draft special. We're gonna have to do it again. A third.
Yeah. These draft specials are really good.
I think so. We have fun. So they're saying they need a wide receiver. I don't agree. I think they're okay at receiver. They have Kelsey at tight end. That makes up for not having a big name receiver anymore.
Right.
So we'll see what the selection is here for Kansas City. Daxton Hill, maybe.
Chiefs are going with.
Okay. Carl Aftis. Defensive end. I mean, they need defense, so that's a good pick also.
Right.
Cincinnati, the pick is in already. Yeah, it's going quick on these last two, I'm sure. I think Cincinnati has to take an offensive lineman. Joe Burrow has hit way too much in that backfield. They had an offensive lineman in the Super Bowl. They probably win that game, to be honest. Tim Hendricks is saying that he thinks Cincinnati takes Booth. Yeah, I mean, Eli Apple is pretty terrible. So
What do you think New York Giants are going to do, coming up? I mean, they could find a quarterback late round.
Oh man, that's tough. Malik Willis is the top quarterback left in the draft, but I don't know that he's ready to start week 1. So it's tough to say if they'll actually take him first overall.
Tim Hendricks is saying he thinks he's taking Booth.
Yeah. Like I said, Eli Apple is pretty awful, so it would be a huge upgrade from Eli Apple.
Yeah. It would.
So now we're coming down to the end of the first round. Chris, do you think there was a team that had a better draft than the Jets, or do you think the Jets won the first round?
I feel like the Jets won in the first round, but I think you could probably give a little bit to Jacksonville, maybe. They did pretty well, I thought.
Maybe. The other team I'd throw in there is Houston. I think Houston did a pretty good job in the first round.
Yeah. Houston did pretty good. Hopefully they continue that next or tomorrow. If they have any picks left. Because Cincinnati, I mean, they haven't said it yet, but we know they're on the clock. And
Although, he's saying they take Booth, which is a possibility, but if they're going to go defense, maybe they take Hill as well.
so you think trading with Minnesota?
No, I think they'll keep their pick. I just mean he's a possibility as well for them to take.
I think either one would be good. Commercial break, but the pick is in for pick number 31
Pick number 31. Yeah.
out of 256 picks.
256.
Somewhere.
And it's always funny to find out who Mr. Irrelevant is.
Yeah. And then they throw a big celebration because you're the last pick.
Right? The Eagles made a lot of moves to help. I agree with that one.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles made a lot of moves to help too.
They made a lot of moves in their trade and out of their trade with that move to pick up Tennessee's AJ Brown.
Yeah. I'm still kind of shocked by that New England pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I had him going in the second round. Tim Hendricks said he had him going in the third round. So they take him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a strange pick, I think.
I wonder if Brady's thinking that. He's probably watching going, why, Bill? Why?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not with you now.
Now I'm going to make a prediction for the second round. I think Tampa Bay takes their – it looks like they got the 33rd pick from Jacksonville when Jacksonville traded back into the first round.
Uh-huh.
I think Tampa Bay will take the running back, Reese Hall.
That wouldn't be bad.
I think that's why they made that trade, seeing that no one in front of them needed a running back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting who Cincinnati's going to pick because they're the only team in the first round who's made it to the Super Bowl this past year because of the runner-ups.
Right. Because the Rams don't have a first round pick. It is interesting, but I do think they have needs for sure. Like I said, offensive line, they could pick a corner. They need both those things.
Just figure out who's the best player of the two. Go from there.
Maybe you figure out who the best player of the two is, or you figure out where you think the need is more. Do you need an offensive lineman more, or do you need a corner more? I gotta think it's offensive line for them.
Yeah. You think it could be Mills? Malik Mills? The quarterback?
No, I don't think they take a quarterback. I don't think there's any way they take a quarterback.
Not even Minnesota.
Minnesota might. Yeah, Daxton Hill. So, I mean, it's not O-line. But I think maybe at that point you have to look and think he's the best player left in the draft. He was graded in the top 15. You got him 31st overall. You got a good player. 31st overall. So part of that Michigan defense that was so good this year. The pick is in for Minnesota. That was quick.
Yeah. That was quick.
They might take Malik Willis from Liberty.
That would be interesting. Because didn't they pick a quarterback last year in the draft?
Yeah, well, they did, but not in the first round. I mean, they took Kellen Mond, but
I thought he was a first round.
I don't think he was first round. I could be wrong. I mean, correct me if I am, Chris. I'm totally.
I don't remember. I know he was picked, but
I thought he was third or fourth round. Tim Hendricks is saying Willis here. They're still looking at Daxton Hill. I think he can make an immediate impact in Cincinnati for sure. He's a big hitter. He can catch the ball. He can patrol that center field, if you will, back there in the safety spot.
So Mond was picked in the third round.
That's why I thought he was a third or fourth round pick. But yeah. They did take Mond last year.
So that kind of shows you they don't see high enough in him though.
Well, yeah. Their coach didn't even want to put him in the game at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So that was something. You know, we're looking at the first round, all the picks coming up right now. The Eagles did do a really good job of getting the players they needed also.
Yeah, they did. They knew when to move up or move back and to get who they need.
Yeah. So Big B's on to join us here for a minute with the Minnesota pick.
What's up, Big B?
Not much.
So Minnesota, it says the pick is in. Do you think there's any way they take Malik Willis here to end out the first round?
I would.
Big B's like, yep.
I would say you're taking them here. Or you're going to take them at 34.
Yeah. So Tampa Bay is at 33. I know that won't be till tomorrow, but do you think that they take the running back, Reese, what's his name, Reese Hall?
Ooh, I don't know what Tampa could do there because, I mean, there's still a couple of key defensive players still on the board. I mean,
yeah.
So, I mean, looking at ESPN here. Dean from Georgia, the top-ranked inside linebacker, is still out there. You got Andrew Booth Jr., corner, but you talking about Hall from Iowa State?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They've had a pretty decent running back core down there, so.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Big B, how about the Patriots pick?
That was the.
Took Strange from Chattanooga, who was ranked in the 3rd round, rated a 3rd round player.
Yeah, that's kind of a stretch. I mean, I saw that, the Jets actually kind of stole my thunder. I thought maybe Johnson was going to fall to Minnesota at 32, but they traded back up in the 1st round, got him. But yeah, Strange from Chattanooga. Yeah, I was trying to find him, and I'm like, well, where'd this guy come from? So, it's either going to be a stretch, steal in the draft, or they're going to be laughed at. So, I mean. According to ESPN, he was the 3rd position. He was ranked the 3rd for the position. Overall rank was 77. His grade was 77. So
yeah,
I think it's kind of a stretch.
We're about to find out from Minnesota. I think that they're either going to make a pick everyone's going to like, or they're going to get booed really hard.
Well, in Minnesota, we're going to love every pick.
That's true. But Malik Willis, I think, from Liberty.
Until they play, and then.
Well, but taking a quarterback now, he has a year to sit.
Lewis Sign?
Who?
Lewis Sign, a safety from Georgia.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
No. And they're happy.
Oh,
I hear cheering.
Wow. Well, yeah, everybody's going to cheer. I mean, everybody's going to cheer on their picks. I mean, Lewis Side. Well, according to ESPN, I mean, third rated at that position. Overall rank, his grade was a 40 or an 86. So, you're looking at mid-second, early 3rd. I mean, it might be a stretch, but Sign is the best. So his pre-draft analyst, Sign is at his best playing center field in a single high look, thanks to his excellent instincts, long arms, and outstanding top speed. He's not as efficient matching up man-to-man coverage. He picked off just one pass over 2 seasons, side-filled the alleys quickly, and rarely missed a tackle in run support. So pair him up with Smith. I mean, that might be a big safeties back there. So
maybe.
I'm not over thrilled with the pick. I'm not too upset with the pick. I mean, it might be a little bit of a stretch. You probably could have got him late 2nd. But
I guess it'll remain to be seen. So, 2nd round will start tomorrow. We won't be live for that one, but we will have the Four Bros Radio Show tomorrow evening, where we will recap the 1st round. We will give you a few picks from the 2nd and 3rd rounds, and it'll be really interesting to see what happens there. I want to thank Big B was on the show today. Chris came on. Chris did the marathon again. I was here. Sarge was on the show. Mess Around stopped by. John Alcorn stopped by. I think it was a great second year for our draft special. What do you think, Big B?
No, definitely great. Thanks for Chris for filling in again and hosting it. And you and Sarge kicked it off. Thanks for everybody else that jumped on. And don't forget, Sunday morning tailgate, we will recap every team as much as possible and our draft thoughts and our grades and how our teams did.
All right. Sounds great. Well, for the 2 that are on here now, everyone else, Tim Hendricks, thanks for hanging out with us, man. It was great seeing you from over there in Italy.
Yep, the Colts had a great 1st-round pick.
You're always such a great fan.
Yep.
and an even better man. So
Yep.
thanks for stopping by. We'll see you all tomorrow night. We'll see you on the other side.
Yep.